Yes, alrighty, what's up everybody? My peeps, how's it going you sexy bitches? It is I, a very hot, and I'm not talking about my looks, but very hot Peter Joseph here for another video on this hot Tuesday evening, July the 9th, 2024. Thank you all for watching right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 6-6. Oh, it's hot. 9. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit that subscribe button down below on this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Show your love and support there as well. But if you're just a douchebag, then, you know, you don't need to be around. So, don't be stupid on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Especially here, too. If you leave stupid comments, you go bye-bye. Share the video all over the internet. Most importantly, tap and slap that goddamn bell. Treat it like it's the sun, pretty much. Oh, it's hot here in the Northeast. Jesus Christ. But anyway, tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video, because if you miss anything, you need to get sent directly into the sun and burn in hell. And that's all I gotta say about that. So, once again, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish, and hit the bell so you're not SOL, and I think we all know what that means. Well, that's that. And if you're new here, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab something to drink, because on this hot night, you might want a couple of them. But sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And if not, get out of here. And that's pretty much it. Alright, we got NXT coming up in just a little bit. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Tony Khan is being investigated by the FBI, of all people, the FBI, for doxing. I don't know if that's true. I read it on Ringside News, the Bible of all sports. So take that with a grain of salt. I might talk about that later tonight, but we'll see what happens with that. Also, we found out today that we know that NXT's leading up to the Great American Bash coming up in August the 6th, on Sci-Fi. Not the USA Network, because I think because the Olympics are going to be televised, so that's why it's on Sci-Fi on August the 6th. So we got that, but at the end of August, Labor Day weekend, we got Bash in Berlin. That's going to start, I think, at 2 or 3 o'clock here in the States, of course. That's on Saturday, August the 31st. But the next NXT pay-per-view is No Mercy, coming your way September the 1st from Denver, Colorado. So that was announced today. So right after Great American Bash, NXT will be driving to freaking Denver, Colorado for their next pay-per-view. And that's going to be No Mercy. There is no mercy in this dojo, is there? No, Sensei. Pretty much Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai. Never die. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, so that's pretty much the news for the day. Besides Damon Kemp getting released, that was yesterday, who cares? Who cares about Damon Kemp getting released? Big fucking whoop. Big deal. Don't care. But we got that. But like I said, NXT tonight, the aftermath of their last show, which was Heat Wave. So we're gonna hear from Roxanne Perez, still your NXT Women's Champion. We're gonna hear from Ethan Page, of all people, the NXT World Heavyweight Champion. Can we see? Can we hear his name? He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. We got Oba still your NXT North American Champion. We're going to hear from Wes Lee and what his future might be. So, got a lot to talk about tonight. Trick Witty is pissed. So, I think he's going to get a rematch at the Great American Bash, but we'll see what happens with that. And more tonight on NXT. Also got my cousin, Tony D, defending the Heritage Cup against Lexus King. Hopefully he doesn't lose it, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this hot, steamy, humid. It's just ridiculously soupy right now here in the Northeast. I mean, there is some wind, not much, to break this hot streak where, the Northeast is on right now. I mean, it's going to be a little bit cooler the next couple of days, but then next week, 95 degrees on Tuesday. Ugh. It never ends. It never ends. It's July. It gets real hot going into the dog days of August. But, if you're here in the Northeast, you really want, it to be 75 in the shade right now. You're waiting for fall to come. Well, we got another 2 months to go, guys, so you gotta deal with it. Just hydrate as much as you can. Stay in a cold room. I mean, if you have an oscillating fan on, it's good, but still, I try to stay in an air-conditioned room, at least, and take, 6 million showers, which is ridiculous. I just came out of the shower just now, and I feel hot as fuck right now. My house is it feels like a sauna right now, and I have everything cranked. It is what it is. As much as I love summer, sometimes I hate it. That's why your electric bill is way up, because you're cranking the ACs. And your water bill goes up too, because you're just using a lot of water because you're hydrating and you're taking showers just to cool down. It doesn't even help much. So, it is what it is. It's ridiculous. But stay cool, everybody. Hopefully we'll get a break from this heat, but probably won't be for a while here in the Northeast, but you gotta love summer though, but it is what it is. Alright, we got all that. Alright, really quickly here on here on the Killer of Demons channel on this Tuesday night, July the 9th, 2024. Thank you all for watching. My name is Peter Joseph, but you knew that already. And if you didn't know, now you know. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, really quickly, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and out-of-date Monday night thoughts. You understand? Thoughts. So I'm not gonna do a big review. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about the show, and then maybe go into a little bit of NXT. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so Raw was another pretty good show. We saw the Wyatt Six again. Interesting little things with the Wyatt Six. Bo Dallas and company. We had an epic, huge return. I think we all know who that was at the end of the show with Liv Morgan and Dominic Guerrero. Let's see. We had that. But we'll get to that in a minute. And also, is the aftermath of Money in the Bank, and now we're on the road to SummerSlam. Coming up in about 3.5 weeks. Alright, let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. Oh, by the way, SmackDown is getting a new announcer. It's Joe. Some guy named Joe. No, not Roman, because his name is Joe. But no, it's some guy from ESPN, a big play-by-play commentator or something like that. Big whoop. So he's going to join Corey Slaves and Bad News Wade Barrett on SmackDown this week. I think his name is Joe Testoni, something like that. Some shitty name like that. Is he going to be good? Probably not. As long as he's not a Kevin Patrick type guy, I'm okay with it. But, if he's someone like Jimmy Smith, which I wish he came back. Just saying. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes on Friday night. He could be good. It could be a 1-week thing, hopefully, he might be so bad, we get him out of here after a week. Get out of here. It is what it is. Also, I forgot to mention this. Finn Balor signed a 5-year extension with WWE, so he's going to be with WWE for the next 5 years. That's good. For Finn Balor's sake. And for all you Finn Balor fans out there, I know there's a lot of you hot ladies out there that love the Prince. Not that Prince, but, But yeah, Finn Balor is going to stay with the WWE for the next 5 years. So his contract will not end until 2029. That's pretty damn nice. So we'll see what happens with all that. Alright, now let's get to the rest of Monday Night Raw. So we started off Raw, and we were from the Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, Another great city, by the way. Not like Montreal. I digress. Anyway, Michael Cole and the returning Pat McAfee on commentary. Look at that. Alright, so we started off the show properly with CM Puke. Phil Brooks comes out, that schmuck, who cost Drew McIntyre a chance to win the world title at Money in the Bank. So he comes out and talks about how happy he is to be here. I'm happy to be here in Ottawa. And then congratulates John Cena on his retirement. And while Cena's not in the building, or on Raw right now, because you can't see him, he's in the 15th row, all the way up in the nosebleed seats. That's where he is. You can't see him, he's all the way up there, that's why. Anyway, so, Punk wants to lace up the boots one more time and fight Mr. Cena on his retirement tour. I hope, as much as I don't want to see it that much, I hope Punk beats Cena again. Because I think Cena only beat Punk once. That was like doing that whole Cena Punk feud, I think in 2011, Summer of Punk, basically. I think he beat him one time. It may have been 2012. I forget what year, but whatever. But anyway, so he wants to do it one more time with John Cena before he hangs it up for good. And as far as Drew McIntyre goes, he got fined an undisclosed amount, which got doubled, I heard. Because Drew made fun of bald-ass Adam Pearce. So Pearce like, oh, your fine is doubled. And then he's pretty much suspended indefinitely, but he will be on the show next week to sit down with Adam Pearce, figure out what's gonna go happen. We got that. So we see the clip of the post-show where Drew just went off on everybody and then hit Adam Pearce square in the mouth with an inadvertent elbow. And then Pearce just went off on Drew. Drew almost wanted to kill him, and if it wasn't for Bad News Wade Barrett, I don't think we'd be talking about Drew McIntyre legit getting fired. But we see what happens with that. Alright, so Punk says, unfortunately, ratings slipped because Drew was just on TV. Anyway, before going into how Drew's actions have consequences, and Punk's like, I am the consequences to those actions. I've been doing this to Drew for the last few months. He wants to get his hands on Drew, and he's already been fined $25,000 what he did at Money in the Bank. And that's money well spent. But he begs Adam Pearce to lift the suspension. And then Seth freaking Rollins comes out, and he's got a little beef with Mr. CM Punk. So CM Punk goes to sit on commentary like a little bitch. So Rollins is like, get your ass in here right now. So they finally get in the ring, and Rollins starts talking some smack, and Punk's like, hey, watch what you say. You remember what happened the last time? So Seth's like, consequences for your actions applies to everyone but you there, Mr. Phil Brooks. And what happened on Sunday was just business to you because Drew was walking around with that bracelet of yours. So Punky Brewster thinks Seth would get that as a husband and a father, but Punk doesn't actually apologize for anything. And Punk's like, but because it's you, I can't be that sorry. So Rollins says, nothing's ever your fault. You don't take accountability for yourself. But, and then Seth's like, Punk, you are the dumbest smart dude I've ever met. Wow. And then Rollins like, I'm gonna snap your arm the second you're cleared. And Punk's never gonna even be able to say McIntyre's name. And that's it. So I'm thinking we're gonna get a triple threat match at SummerSlam. But I mean, we'll see what happens with that. But like I said, good promo, 3.5 out of 5 stars. But still, Drew is not coming back till next week, and we'll see what happens with that. Let me move on. Alright, then we go to the back where we see Adam Pearce walking and he's talking to Dominic Galedo, SA, and asks Dom if the Judgment Day is cool with Dom teaming with Liv Morgan in the main event against Rey Mysterio, Booyaka Booyaka, and Zelina Vega. And Dom's like, of course they are. So then Liv comes in a hot white shirt, looking hot, and says, Daddy Dom, are you scared? Are you worried about our match? No, not really. And it's like, okay, we're gonna talk strategy. We're gonna win. Strategy. Right. Alright, we get all that. Alright, so 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we go to our first official match. Jey Uso, the G-Man, taking on Chad Gable. And both guys are taped up after that hellacious men's Money in the Bank match. Probably broken ribs. Craziness. 7-minute match. Back and forth they went. Gable gets the ankle lock on, and then the lights start going out. So you know what that means. The Wyatt 6 is about to come out. Well, at least part of the entrance. I mean, some of the lights go out, and then Gable's like looking around, and that leads to Jey Uso with a spear. 1, 2, 3, he gets the win. And that's that. So the match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then the lights start going down even more. And Jay's like, yeet. And then he just bolts to the locker room. And then the lights completely go out again. Gable's left in the ring again, which fills up with smoke. Nikki Cross pops up again out of the smoke and darkness. Gable runs up the back. He falls over himself. And he goes all the way to the back. And what we've seen the last 2 weeks, Nikki Cross this time she gives Pat McAfee the box with the VHS tape. And people saying it's getting ridiculously retarded. Is every week we get the same fucking thing with the YS6. I mean, what are you watching? I like it. I want to see more tapes, Not those type of tapes, but you know what I mean. But, it's good. So we're going to get another tape from the Wyatt 6, and, nice little In This Moment reference in the tape. Just saying, but we'll get to that in a minute. Alright, so we got that. Alright, then we hear from Sheamus. Fella. That was weird. He's in the back, rather proud of being in WWE for 15 years. And then Big Bronson Reed comes in and says, I am the future. Well, you're just stuck in the past. So Sheamus wants to fight Bronson Reed right here, right now, or later in the night, but Bronson's like, well, I'm busy because I got a match with Pete fucking Dunne. So he tells Sheamus to watch. But we got that. But next week, we got Sheamus and Big Bronson Reed and a big beefy man. Well, not big beefy man slapping meat, but it's going to be a beefy match. That's all I got to say about that. Alright, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, so then after that, Michael Cole gives the stagehand the tape. We're going to get that later. Alright, speaking of Bronson Reed and Pete Dunne, go to that match. Not great. But in any case, Bronson Reed gets the win with the Tsunami. Squashes Pete Dunne like a fucking bug. 7-minute match, 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, Sheamus comes out with a big brawl with the big man. And then clears the ring, and then he's with his brawling brute teammate. And he's like, yeah, let's hug. Pete Dunne's like, fuck you, man. Sheamus like, huh? So Pete Dunne just walks away from Sheamus. I'm like, wait a minute. Is he breaking up with Sheamus now? I mean, Rich Holland's not in the group anymore. I mean, not really part of the Brawling Brutes anymore. It's just Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, who had, he got injured. He's got to be out like 6 months with a torn pec. That hurts. So, bye-bye British Strong Style for a little bit. So now Pete Dunne's pretty much in obscurity. What are you going to do with him? I tell you what you got to do with him. Put him back down to NXT, let him go for the North American title. He's held it before. I think he held it before. I forget. In any case, we got all that. Let me move on. Alright, after that, we go to the back. Seth freaking Rollins interrupts the Judgment Day. And Papa Priest, he's there. The World Heavyweight Champion. And then Priest's like, I got this. So Rollins says, you know, it's better to be lucky than good on Sunday because of that botched pin. But Seth's like, you're the better man. You know. Blah, blah, blah. But he's like, if you want to keep the belt, you gotta be better than that. You know, better than not kicking out at 2. So Priest's like, you know what? Remember what you said? It's like, you don't get, I mean, if you lose to me, I'm not going to give you a title shot anymore as long as I'm the champ. Well, I'm going to throw that away. So, you get the next shot. It's like, after I finish with Walter, you're going to get that shot. Assuming Priest beats Walter, he won't. And we get all that. Alright, so I get that 3 out of 5 stars. I'm going to switch to NXT because it's just about to go on the air. Alright, almost live. Alright, we move on. So 3 out of 5 stars for that. Then we go to Sami Zayn, the lumberjack, because he came out looking like a lumberjack. With that flannel red shirt. I'm like, I mean, is that Brock Lesnar? No. Anyway, so Sami's happy to be here in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. You know, he's also happy to be still your Intercontinental Champion after cleanly pinning Braun Breaker. So Sami's like, Braun, you brought it on Saturday, but but you overestimated me because I'm the underdog. So I'm still the champ, and after all these years, I have earned some respect. And that's that. And then Braun Breaker comes out. Why not? Big stare down with Sami. Sami's like, what do you want now? So you want a rematch? I'll give you a rematch. What are you here for? So Braun says, I'm here to look you in the eyes of the only man in the locker room who can actually say that he beat him. Dolph Ziggler. But I digress. And he's like, there's no reason why I should not get a rematch. And he's like, you know what? He's about to leave, and then he turns around, spears Sami out of his boots. So then he goes to leave, leaving Sami in a heap. You know, Adam Pearce comes out, Jason Jordan, Kenny Dykstra, P.D. Williams comes out. They try to lead him to the back, and then Braun's like, whee! Goes all the way around the ring, and hits another spear, but not like a full-on spear, but he hits like the side of Sami. Ow! Leaves him laying. And then Jason Jordan gets like in Braun's face, like, get out of here! I'm like he's gonna listen to you, Jason Jordan? Right. Anyway. Alright, so after that, the Russian Dragon, Ilya Dragunov, finally comes out. They check on Sami as Braun goes to leave. So that's pretty much it. I think we're going to see a multi-man match for the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam. Ilya Dragunov versus maybe Braun and then Sami. Maybe the triple threat. Maybe somebody gets added. Make it a fatal 4-way. Look at that. NXT starts with a Heatwave recap. So we did all that. And we move on. Alright, so I gave that Sami Braun Ilya thing 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Alright, after the match, we go to the trainer's room. Sami is still busted up. His ribs are shot. And then Dragunov goes to Adam Pearce, and he's like, I want a match with Braun later. So, Adam Pearce is like, I'll make it official. That's it. Then we'll get that later. Let me move on. Alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. And then after that, we get a recap of John Cena's retirement announcement. And for those of you who missed it, he's going to be one final run from January 2025 all the way to December. So he will be at the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Mania, Payback, SummerSlam next year, all the way up till pretty much Survivor Series. Like this is going to be his last actual pay-per-view next year. And then he's done. Will we get another title reign? I hope not. I hope. Hey, Joe Hendry. No, here they just show the picture of him at the end when Ethan Page won. They fade to black and they show Joe Hendry's face. Oh, I hope Joe Hendry's on the show tonight. That would be freaking epic. But we'll see what happens with that. But Ethan Page is still your World Heavyweight Champion, and here he comes right now with his epic theme music and his entrance. Ethan Page with a lot. How many security guards? Like one. Okay, 2, 4. Hey, 6 security guards. Good job there, Shawn Michaels. You finally got some freaking security. Thought that was gonna help. Well, let's put 2 on this side, 2 on that side, 2 on that side. Need 2 more on this side. So anyway. But yeah, Ethan Page's first major title. Because all he did in, well, I guess you could say major world title, because in AEW he was tag team champions with a guy named Scorpio Sky. Remember Men of the Year? We all remember that. We all remember that. Some of you do, but some of you don't. But I think this is his first major title. I don't know if he won anything I don't think he won anything. I think when it was in TNA, I don't think he won any major title in TNA. I forget, but in any case. You know, Ethan Page has been in NXT for 6 weeks and he's the champ. Wow. But still, you weren't champion on your debut, like I was when I first started my EFED career. World champion in the BWF. Here's my many world titles, but that's another story for another time. But we move on. Alright, let's finish this off. Alright, so after we got the Cena retirement announcement, big deal, didn't care. Then we get to a 6-man tag team match. We got the Judgment Day of the Raw Tag Team Champions, Finn Balor and JD McDumbfuck, teaming up with Gordito, who spits in the face of people who don't want to be cool. So they take on the former champions, the not-so-awesome Truth of Miz and R-Truth, Ron Killings, and Braun Strowman. We got that. They're not awesome as me! I know, Mike. I know. They suck! They do. They do. And Mike Mizanin, the Miz, he's not as awesome as you, Mike, because you're a Hall of Famer. Yeah, I know! I should be in Hall of Fame! You should. I'll induct you. If they let me. Well, they should, because you're my best friend! Aw, Mike. Are you gonna cry like a bitch again? No. There's no crying on my show. But thank you for the compliment. Drinks on me, okay? Go to the bar. Drinks on me. Go get it right now. Oh, okay, bye! Alright, there goes Mike. Get him out of here. Alright, we got all that. Moving on. Alright, so 6-man tag team match. It was okay, nothing great. Judgment Day gets the win. After R-Truth celebrates after he does the Braun Strowman Express around the ring with help from Braun. Then Braun goes after JD McDumbfuck, chasing him out of the ringside area. And then R-Truth's like, yeah, look what I did! And then Finn Balor hits the shotgun dropkick in the corner, then knocks the Miz off the apron, goes up top, hits the coup de grace. 1, 2, 3, the Judgment Day get the win in 8 minutes. Match was 3 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. And we move on. Alright, after that, we see Adam Pearce talking to CM Puke in the back. He says, I'm not sure about lifting the suspension on Drew, because you're part of the problem there, Punky Brewster. But he says, like I said before, next week, I'm willing to talk to Drew, but I'm going to send you home, because I don't need more problems. Punk's like, I don't want to go home. But, you know, Pierce's like, I think you need to go home because you're not medically cleared. So just go home, be with your hot wife, and that's it. Alright, so Ethan Page is talking some smack, saying, I promise to be a great champion and this and that. Then here comes the former champion, Trick Willie! And he is not in the mood to talk. I mean, well, not in the mood to, to have Booker T go, oh yeah, man! Not tonight, Booker T. So Trick's like, I'm not here to talk, I'm here to get even. He's invoking his rematch clause, and he wants it tonight. You know you're not going to get it. Because most of the times when people get their rematches, most of the time, you don't get it on the next show. So Ethan Page's like, you have every right to be mad, but you shouldn't be mad at me, you should be mad at Shawn Spears. Pretty much. So Ethan Page is like, well, I want to thank you, Trick, for, thank you for giving me the world title. Basically knocking him loopy, and he just lands on Javon Evans, and then Shawn Spears stopped Trick from breaking up the pin. He's like, you're not the guy around here anymore, I'm the new face of NXT. He already got his side plates already. That was quick. And Shawn Michaels like, oh, that was a great idea. Alright, so Ethan Page is like, you don't get your rematch. Rematch denied. And now Shawn Spears comes out. Great. I swear to God, if they do another Fatal 4-Way, like we have a rematch of that match. I'm like, why? I bet you we're gonna get Trick Willie taking on Shawn Spears tonight. The winner of that will face Ethan Page at the Great American Bash. So predictable. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so Adam Pearce tells Punky Brewster to go home. Punk's like, alright, I'll go back home. I'll work on getting medically cleared. But I'm going to let you handle Drew now. I'm like, I'm out of the equation. I'm not helping you. Alright, so we'll see what happens with that. So, 3 out of 5 stars for that. Yep, I knew it. Javon Evans comes out. The young OG. We're going to get some type of match tonight. Like a triple threat match with Shawn Spears, Javon Evans, and Trick Willie, and the winner goes on to face Ethan Page at Great American Bash, August the 6th. I mean, we could have done this last week. With that whole contract sign that ended, with Trick and Javon standing tall because they put Shawn Spears and Ethan Page through tables. I knew it. Big brawl after. I bet you, now, guess what? Where's Teddy Long when you need him? Tag team match, player. Ava Rain's gonna come out and make this a tag team match, player. Well, I guess not. That's that, so I'm pretty much thinking your main event tonight is a tag team match with Shawn Spears and Ethan Page teaming up. Team AEW, or Team XAEW taking on Javon Evans and Trick Willie. We get all that. So we move on. Now we get a recap of Karen Petrovich and Ariana Grace they teamed up to defeat JC Jane and my girl Jasmine Nix at Heatwave. And then now tonight we got a one-on-one match because they work so well together. We're like, nah, let's do it one-on-one now. So we're gonna get that later on tonight. But actually, it's coming up next. Right after these messages from Mattel. No, we move on. All right, that's that. All right, so Punky Brewster's gonna stay home, rest up, get well, and maybe we'll see him at SummerSlam. And that's that. All right. After that, we go to Judgment Day's clubhouse. We have Dominic Guerrero, not interested in learning some double team moves with Liv Morgan, because all I want to do is beat up my fake ass fuck dad, Rey Mysterio, because we all know who his real poppy is, Eddie. That's right, I'm his poppy. Okay, I know. Anyway, so Liv thinks that Dom is tense. So she starts, seductively, kind of like moving him back, and then Dom trips and lands on the couch with his leg up, and then Liv grabs his leg and starts stretching his leg out. Not that leg, obviously, but his leg was. He had a stiffy. Blah blah blah. So that's that. So Liv is stretching Dom out, and Dom's like, "Oh, get off of me!" Oh wait, that feels good. Right. Anyway, then Poppy Priest and the rest of Judgment Day come in. They see what's going on. Priest's like, "Weepa," and Cody's like, "That's cool. Shut up." So Priest mocks, "What's going on here? What's going on here?" Liv goes to leave. Well, Liv leaves, and Priest is like, I thought you had a handle of this. I thought you were taking care of this." And Dom's like, I meant to take care of this. I'm gonna go take care of this. And Priest's like, "Is it that hard to figure this out? Stop this crap." Because he was on the phone with somebody, and we all know what that is. Mommy! So, that was hilarious. And Poppy Priest's like, "Is it that hard to get the fix this thing with Liv?" And then Khalid was like, "That's not the only thing that's hard." It's not that hard. And Khalid's like, "Oh, I think it's pretty hard. From what I'm seeing, I think it's pretty hard." I'm like, oh shit. I can't wait till Raw goes on Netflix. It is going to be hilarious. And they could curse up a storm. Like, what are you saying his penis for? That was hilarious. So, with Dom gone, Priest, I was like, I don't know why Ray treats Dom the way he does. It is hilarious. This Dom Liv thing is just like a soap opera, on like a reality show type thing. It's just amazing. I loved it. So I gave this 3.5 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. All right, more epicness. We get the third VHS tape of the Wyatt 6. This one, we see Bo Dallas talk about how his family is the discarded and forgotten, and Bo gave them a purpose. And we see some of the other members in their costumes and out of their costumes. And Bo talks about how they were begging for mercy as the buzzard circled. Mercy, the buzzard reference. Nice little Dexter there. Alright, get that. Also, Bo's like, grief is the price you pay for love, but now they must set the captives free. And, I think they said, we are the sick. And I think, we see Uncle Howdy say, say something like to the effect of sick like me, with like a nice in this moment reference. That was nice. So we get that. Yeah. So yeah, Bo says, "Sick is what we will be." Nice. All right, now we're getting some things from on X of Tony D's Tony D in his garden, eating some basil. Make some nice pasta, some chicken parmesan for me later. Whatever. But talking about his Heritage Cup defense against Lexus King, we heard from Lexus King on X. So we'll see what happens with that later. I hope and pray that my cousin retains the Heritage Cup. But I mean, I like both guys, but I have to go with my cousin because he's a full-blooded Italian like myself. Hey, well, forget about it. Oh, we missed the freaking entrance of Carmen Petrovic, that epic freaking entrance she has. Oh, come on. They got jobber entrances. Well, Ariana Gray's got a jobber entrance. Carmen didn't have that epic entrance she comes out to. Damn. Why do we have to get the freaking promo before the entrance? Damn. Pissed me off. Alright, so we got that. So that Wyatt 6 thing. So good. So good. 4 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we go to back. Chad Gable finds Adam Pearce outside of his office. And Gable's like, the Wyatt 6 are talking about me in these videos. Adam, it's clear as day. So Pearce is like, don't bother me with the Wyatt 6. I'm double security, I'm triple security, quadruple security. And he's like, Chad, maybe you should figure out why they're going after you. Obviously. Alright, so Gable's like, well, I'll deal with this, but right now I need a vacation. But then we see him talking to the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile. Later on in the show. So Gable leaves, Pearce goes into his office, and guess who's in his office? Bo fucking Dallas. Oh my. Look at that. Speaking of oh my, JC Jane and my girl Jasmine Nix have come out to ringside to check out the match with Carmen and Ariana. So we get that. Move on, so that feud's going to continue on. Okay. Alright, so I gave the Chad Gable thing with both Dallas and Pearce's office I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we get a great promo from the hot ladies of Damage Control, Dakota Kai and my hot Asian wives, well, 2 of them, Io and Kairi. Basically, Io's like, Damage Control needs to change. We are sick of the lack of respect around here. And change will happen tonight. And then Kairi's like, saying some stuff. Looking hot as always. Io just looking amazing. Dakota Kai, just great stuff. So they're going to be taking on the Dancing Queens, Casey Catanzaro, Kaden Carter, along with Lyra Valkyria. But that's later. Let me move on. Alright, after that, we go to Ilya Dragunov and Braun Breaker. This was a brutal match. Back and forth they went. The match ends in a disqualification. Because Dragunov loads up a charge, but then Braun Breaker throws one of the announce chairs at him for disqualification in just under 10.5 minutes. Dragunov was busted open on his leg somehow. So we get that. Match was okay. 3 out of 5 stars. And then Carmen won pretty much a quick match with Carmen and Ariana Grace. And then Fallon, don't call me Don Henley just comes in, beats the living crap out of Carmen Petrovic. And nobody's there to save her. JC and Jasmine just looking on like, oh great, this is great. We don't have to do anything. We're just out here sitting pretty. But looking pretty too. Alright, so we'll probably have that match next week on the program. Fallon, don't call me John Henley, taking on Ariana Grace. And now Fallon's like, see what I did? That's what you should have done. And Casey's like, whatever. Alright, we got that. Alright, now we got Ava Raine talking to the resident virgin, Brooks Jensen. I told you it was a storyline / work. That Brooks supposedly got released, and Shawn Michaels comes in. He says, no, he never got released, and then he was like showing up randomly, almost going after Vic Joseph a few times. Just going berserk, and then now Shawn Michaels says that Ava Raine's gonna talk to him about his future. So Brooks is like, I can't take anything back, after I got released, I went into a humongous rage, I started drinking, I just came back wondering why I got released. But that wasn't the case, Released. So Ava's kind of showing some sympathy, saying everybody goes through ups and downs, in their career. And basically saying you put a lot of pressure on yourself. And she's like, I completely understand you're under a lot of pressure right now. And, basically after what's been happening the last few weeks, we're really going to release you after you went off the rails and shit. But I think Shawn said that he vouched for you, gave you a second chance. Now you gotta, do your job, basically. So we're gonna give you a second chance. So don't fuck it up. So basically, Ava's like, don't take your personal out of the ring stuff. Bring it into NXT. You're a WWE superstar. Act like it. So Brooks Jensen's like, I won't let you down. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that little situation. And that's that. Alright. Moving back to Raw. Alright, so after disqualification, Braun throws a chair at Ilya. Sami Zayn and some agents / referees come in for the save. But Breaker sends Sami into the ring post. Ow. And then Dragunov tries for the save, but he gets laid out as well. So there you go. I think we're going to get a triple threat match for the IC belt at SummerSlam. And I think that's finally going to be where Braun is going to win the belt. Or maybe Ilya wins the belt. Well, we'll see. We got that. But all that I gave 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we see Poppy Priest. He says that I'm a controversial champ, just like everyone else is. But I'm looking forward to the match with Walter at SummerSlam because it's going to be a great challenge to my greatness. And he's like, Walter, if you want to hear this face to face, come meet me next week. So we got a face to face next week with Poppy Priest and the King General, the King, because he's the King of the Ring winner. And that's it. So we got that face to face next week. It should be pretty damn epic. And that's that. Alright, then we get a recap of Liv and Dom, the stretching situation. We got that. Alright, then we get a look back at the Final Testament, Killer Cross's group with the Awesome Pain, and Scarlett and Miss Precious Paul Ellering beating the crap out of the New Day last week. Kofi is now injured, supposedly. And now Xavier Woods has to do it all by himself. So, we get a promo from Killer Cross saying Kofi will not be playing the accordion this week because of what happened last week, because of his shoulder and his arm injury. He says the legends of the old guard are holding back the new blood in the division. Feels like a WCW promo. So the new will clear out the old, including John Cena. Feud maybe next year? We'll see. Got that. So he tells Xavier, yes, Xavier, you beat me last week, while Kofi couldn't even do that. So he tells Xavier Woods that he could be the next big thing, because the New Day is pretty much dead. I wouldn't be so sure about that, Mr. Cross. Because Big E did say he had to go somewhere. Whatever that meant on the pre-show and the post-show. Alright, we got that. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we go to that 6-woman tag team match with Damage Control taking on Lyra Valkyria and the Dancing Queens. Pretty good match, but in the end, Damage Control gets the win after EO comes in after Kaden Carter gets sent into the ring post. Kyrie has a big flippy dibbity-doo onto the floor with a bad, nasty landing. I hope Kyrie's okay. But anyway, back in the ring, EO hits the over the moonsault on Kaden Carter. 1, 2, 3 in over 8.5 minutes. So Damage Control back to their winning ways. That's always nice. And that's pretty much it. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, we have Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark run in with Sonya Deville. Then now they're a faction. What is this? Oh, okay. The Heritage Cup match is up right now with Tony D, who has the family in his corner. Lexus has basically no second. He's doing it by himself. So yeah, Tony D has Rizzo, the consigliere, Mr. Luca Crucifino, who lives on the second floor, who lives downstairs from you, and Stax Lorenzo, shining up that Heritage Cup. My cousin looking great. That thing is heavy. That Heritage Cup looks like the Stanley Cup, basically, but Stanley Cup's much bigger. But I digress. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bang. Pretty much. What is Eddie Thorpe doing on the freaking balcony playing? He's a DJ now. Is that his new gimmick? He's not Nightwolf anymore. He's a DJ. I have a feeling that Eddie Thorpe's going to get involved in this match and cost Tony D. I just have a feeling. Fucking Nightwolf. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Sonya Deville are now a faction. Remember how Sonya Deville was talking to them every week and then they want to talk to her, and now they're actually a union. I don't know if they're going to have a name. So they all run in, beat the crap out of Damage Control. And then Zoe says EO cost her everything. Kicks her right in the face. Well, I would be pissed off too if I almost died from that mission who could drive her off the top of the ladder to a bridge ladder. Oh, that spot still gives me nightmares. But anyway. And then after that, Sonya lays her out with like a Eye of the Storm type maneuver. Last cut, whatever, last call, whatever it is. Lays EO out, you bitch. And basically, they stand tall. Well, that's it. And then we hear from them after that. They're not happy with Damage Control. Call that a warning shot. And said they're the best in the division. Now we own the division. Blah, blah, blah. And then the Unholy Union, the Witches of Raw, come in. The Women's Tag Team Champions. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire come in. Start mocking them. So I guess we're going to get a tag team title match between them. And I said it beat from when Isla Dawn and Alba Fire won the tag team belts at Clash at the Castle from Bianca and Jade. I said, as soon as they won, I'm like, yup, Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler will become the new tag team champions. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that at SummerSlam. See how things work here. I hate to use the JD term, because that schmuck JD, long-term booking. I hate using the term, but he's right most of the time with that long-term booking shit. He still sucks, but I guess on that. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so, we saw Chad Gable and Diamond Mine in the back talking, so, we got that. Alright, then we got Zelina Vega and Rey Mysterio Booyaka in the locker room. Zelina thinks that Liv and Dom are a hot mess. And basically Rey is like, I'm gonna teach my familia a lesson. Well, his fake son. It's not your son, Rey. I know you beat him twice and all, but he's still not your son. That's Eddie's son. Why does he always think that he's He's his father. I'm his father. I'm his papi. I know. I don't understand why Ray still has a beef with you from 2006. It's 18 years later. He still has a beef with you over the custody of your actual son. I don't know, Ray. I don't know, Eddie. I don't know. He's a pendejo. Exactly. So Eddie Thorpe's like doing, thinking he's, DJ Zima Ion or something like that. Alexis King's like, yeah, play that music, white boy! Alright, so we go to, I think this, what round is this? I think it's round 2. I think Alexis got saved by the bell. Ooh, like, perfect plex into a pin. 1, 2, 3, there you go. Tony D up, 1 fall to none. Going into round 3. Bing, bang, boom, 5 seconds. Thank you, Eddie Thorpe. Not so bad after all. Now all we need is like Robbie E. and Mr. Spectacular, what's his name? Not Rob, I'm thinking of Rob Terry, I don't know why, but, Jesse, what's it, Jesse Goddard? Yeah, Jesse Goddard. Remember the bromance from TNA? Now all we need is Zima Ion to come out, and those two guys, Zima Ion and Robbie E. to come out. Like, we have a little bromance little reunion. Now all we need is the Jersey Shore to come out, too, You have Paulie D, yeah, Gabs are here, yeah, oh yeah. Gabs are here. You have Vinny and Mike the Situation come out, You have Snooki just, like, prancing around. Sammy. Well, you don't need Sammy, really, but... Maybe just you don't even need Sammy, Dina, or JWoww. Just have Snooki just prance around like, I'm Snooki! I'm a midget! No. Just don't bring Angelina out. I mean, that fucking trash from Staten Island. Ugh. Everybody wants Angelina and Vinny to become a couple. Why? I know they slept together maybe once or twice on season 1, and then on the reunion, like freaking Angelina gave a really horrible lap dance to Vinny. I'm like, get off of me! Your pussy smells. Ah, get off of me, trash! I would have threw her off. Like, get the fuck off me, man. Like, I'd rather have a better-looking chick than Angelina on my lap. I mean, I'm just saying. God damn, Angelina, she looked good in season 1. And partly season 2, but man, she had so much freaking cosmetic surgery on her face. It looks like her face is about to melt right now, if you've seen her. Holy shit. I don't even know why she's still with that guy that she's with. Almost had a fight with Sitch and everything. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna get your ass handed to you if you fight with Sitch. But, I mean, Sitch kind of fears Ronnie, but that's another story for another time. Ronnie would fuck up Mike the Situation. He would fuck him up. Especially if you saw when they were in Italy for what season was that? Season 3? Mike, he was like, let's do it! They were kind of fighting, but like Ronnie was beating the fuck out of him. And then after they kind of separated, freaking Mike, I don't know what he was thinking. He's like, let's go, come on! And he just runs into a brick wall, breaks, almost broke his goddamn neck. Idiot. You should know better. Because, in Italy, they don't have those, walls that, like, you run into it, it won't hurt that much. I mean, I can run into my wall over here, I wouldn't even feel it. But I'm not going to do it, obviously. You would love for me to do that, right? I would put you fuckers through a fucking wall. Put you through a door, too. Real door. Not the styrofoam ones you see mostly in certain indie shows and sometimes on WWE. But, it is what it is. But Real door, not styrofoam door. I mean, a door you would see at the Home Depot. I want to see a glass door in a hardcore match. A glass door. I think we've seen it. Maybe I might have missed it, but you know those bastards in Japan would love to do that. Exploding door. You know Onita has that idea. Exploding bat, exploding barbed wire. We have exploding freaking exploding barbed wire, exploding ladders, exploding. I mean, if you follow the box, exploding chairs, exploding ladders. It's craziness. I mean, anything that's not locked down is probably exploding. Next thing we know, I have an exploding fan. Not that type of fan, but, not the fans you see at the ceiling fan. I'm talking about, like some fan, just combust and shit. Alright, round 4, by the way. Lexus King got the win in round 3. Ugh. That sucks. So, now it's a battle of see who gets the next fall in the next 3 rounds. So, round 4 has just begun. Not a bad match, I just hope, my cousin retains. Move on. With that. Alright, so let's move back to back to Raw. Alright, this is not thoughts, this is like, pretty much thoughts / review, but whatever. Alright, so we had Zelina Vega and Dom already for Liv and Ray at the end of the show. Got that. Alright, so 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, they'll get a video on Walter and his path of destruction through the WWE on the road to becoming the King of the Ring. And now he's on the road to SummerSlam, where he will take on Poppy Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. And we got that. Alright, then we go to your main event of the evening, a mixed tag team match. Liv and Dom taking on Zelina Vega and Rey Mysterio. This was a pretty fun match. It's part of the match where Liv's slumped in the corner. Dom tries to go at Ray. Ray trips him and Dom lands head first right into Liv's pussy. And Liv's like, "Oh yeah, Dom." Dom's like, "Whoa, shit." And then Liv goes outside. He's like, "I knew you were gonna do that." Now we got memes of that. Well, Dom wanted to dive in head first, so he wanted he wanted that sweet pussy. Nothing wrong with that, but anyway. So we get that. Liv hits the Three Amigos like Eddie Guerrero, they say. Complete with the dance. What do you think about that, Eddie? Eddie? What? Oh, what? I'm sorry. I was drinking some sangria. Yeah. Liv did the Three Amigos. She did a little dance and everything. Would you got anything to say? Nah, she knows I do it better. Yeah, I bet. What do you mean by... Never mind. Anyway. Alright, so Lexus won round 3 with the coronation. Then we go to round 4, and Tony D retains the Heritage Cup over Lexus King. That's my cuz. We're gonna have some chick parmesan later, you know what I mean? And then Eddie Thorpe's like playing the techno music. Now we got something going on in the back. Holy shit. Javon Ayers is getting the shit beat out of him by Brooks Jensen. For what reason, I don't know. And now, Josh Briggs comes in, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "I stuck my neck out for you, you asshole, and you're beating up a 20-year-old kid?" Well, I guess there goes that tag team match. So Brooks Jensen's like, "Oh, I won't let you down and everything. I'm gonna let my emotions, blah blah blah." He's, basically pouring his soul out to Ava. He was like, "Okay, me and Sean are gonna give you another chance, but don't fuck it up." And now he's fucking it up. You fucking idiot. So we got all that. It is what it is. That's that. Alright, getting back to the main event. Alright, so Liv hits the Three Amigos essay. Ray comes back, sends Dom flying, a big kick to the head, says a lion sofa near fall. To get back up, Dom tries his own Three Amigos, made famous by his dad, but has to block a 619 attempt. So then Vega then hits a low version of it right in the nuts. And then Liv also distraction, which allowed Dom to drop Ray, crashing him on the top rope. Then he goes up top, hits the Eddie Guerrero essay frog splash. Well, he hit it good, Eddie, right? Well, of course he hit it perfectly, because he's my son, essay pero. Enough said. We got that. So Dom pins Ray for the first time in the last 3 matches. So Dominic Guerrero and Liv Morgan get the win in over 12.5 minutes. Match was okay, 3.25 out of 5 stars. But the aftermath, it gets really interesting. So after the match, Liv comes in. Dom's like, oh, he's like, then he turns around and is like, yay, we won! And he hugs Liv, and he's like, oh, shit! He remembers, like, oh, I didn't mean to hug you like that. And then Liv's like, Then she jumps into Dom's arms, pulls him down into a missionary position. Pulls him down. They're in missionary position, and, Liv's like looking up, caressing Dom's hair. They're about to kiss. And then we hear, my brutality! Oh, the epic music of Motionless in White kicks in. Mami Rhea fucking Ripley comes out. Oh, the pop was just amazing. Woo! Mami comes out and she is pissed. So Liv gets off of Dom, bolts out of the ring, all the way out of the arena, not out of the arena, but out of the ringside area. And then Mami tries to go after her, kind of chases her off, then gets back in the ring, and looks directly at Dom. Then the camera kind of cuts a little bit, and we had like 1 minute left for Mami. USA Network, come on, really? So Mami glares at Dom, and Dom's like, and then she like, Rhea's like pointing at Dom, like, you! And then Dom's trying to hug her, and Rhea kind of blows him off. She's like, you promised me! And then she leaves, and Dom goes to follow her, and then the show just cuts off. For the love of all that is holy, USA Network, can we get an overrun like we had back in the day, please? Can we like a 5-minute overrun, 10-minute overrun? Or, way back when we had a half-hour overrun, remember that? Remember when Raw ended at 11, I think it was like 11:30? Because of that, it was, Chris Benoit, I said his name, Benoit, Chris Benoit and Jericho won the tag team belts from Triple H and Stone Cold, the 2-man power trip, when Hunter blew out his quad. That epic match that was on Raw. I think it was 99, 2000, I think. Had to be around 2000, I think. Triple H tore his quad. Raw ended at 11:30. I want that again. I mean, Dynamite just went to 10:15 last week. And that's that. I mean, it is what it is. But, yeah. So, what we didn't see was, Dom's trying to catch up with Mami. He's trying to plead his case, and Mami's like, I don't want to talk to you. Fuck you, Dom. Goes to the back. Oh, Dom, you got some explaining to do next week. And, that's pretty much it. So, Mami is back, and Liv is like all smiling, like, oh, I love it when a plan comes together. I got that. Alright, so we have Chase U in the back. Thea Hale's going completely berserk as usual. She's got a match with Roxanne Perez. Oh, really? So, and then Liv says, I got you a championship rematch. Mr. Chase and Duke Cousin get a a championship rematch, but now there's like not that title. So somebody's getting a North American title match next week. Oh, Oprah's gonna kill them. Theo's like, yeah, we got all of it, yeah. Gag me with a spoon. Oh my god. Let me get that. Alright, now we got the Gallus brothers coming out, and they get beat up by, guess who? Tyreek Igve and, Tyson DuPont. No, Tyreek Igve and Tyson DuPont, you know, the big bear guys. Big beefy bear guys. They're still fighting. This is like the third week in a row. They're fighting on NXT TV. I think they fought at Heatwave, too. So basically it's like 3-on-2. But now it turns into a 1-on-1 match with, who is that? Oh, it is a tag team match. Alright, so it's Wolfgang and Mark Coffey taking on Tyreek Igve and Tyson DuPont, the Bears. The Bears. And a boring as fuck, I don't give a shit match. I got that. Alright, moving along. Alright, so, just to sum up, ladies and gentlemen, Mami is back, and she is back with a vengeance. She wants blood. She wants Liv Morgan's ass. Not like that. But, Dom, you're about to get your ass whooped. And everybody's like, oh, like father, like son, Dom's screwing up with Mami, and, you know, he wants to try to get back with Mami after, you know, how Eddie, sorry, Eddie, I'm bringing it up, how Eddie, you know, fucked up with Chyna, and then he's giving Chyna, like, he gives her a puppy, he gives her flowers, and, you know, Chyna being, you know, Chyna, you know, reluctantly get back with Eddie. Right, Eddie? I didn't mean to hurt Chyna, but, you know, I'm glad that Mamacita got back with me. Yeah, but you hurt her again. That's why she left you again. Yeah, it happens. Okay. Yeah, but you can't let go of somebody as hot as Chyna. I mean, come on now, dude. But now you have her. Just don't let her go. How should I just say? Okay. Okay. Just calm down. Just treat her right in heaven. That's all that matters. Now with your son might have to learn the hard way not to fuck around and find out what happens when you go behind Mommy's back. Well, I'm not gonna give up pep talk, I say. Okay. Let him learn the hard way. Now he's gonna crawl on his hands and knees. Mommy, I'm sorry, Liv was brainwashing me. It's all a part of the plan that Dom's gonna turn on Mommy to get with Liv. He's like, I don't need you! You won't give me enough pussy, you know? Like, Liv's a better woman than you! So, eventually, Liv will get in with Judgment Day, and Poppy Priest will be pretty much get kicked out, probably after SummerSlam. So, so, Mommy Rhea Ripley and Poppy Priest will be faces after SummerSlam, most likely. Or before, who knows? But we got all that. Alright, so that's it for Monday Night Raw. It was a pretty good show, and I gave it, what did I give Raw? I forgot what I gave Raw. I think I gave it 7.5 out of 10. On Twitter, I think I gave it 7.5 out of 10. So I'm going to go with that. 7.5 out of 10 stars for Raw, and that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys thought of the show down below in the comments section, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to watch the last hour and change of NXT, and I will be back in a few hours, maybe a couple, like 2, 3, 4, maybe a few hours later, on my Peter Joseph channel, excuse me, with your NXT review. And then maybe that other video about that whole story with pretty much that whole story with Tony Khan being a doxer, not boxer, doxing people. I'm like, what? So we'll probably talk about that later on tonight. And that's it. Alright, Gallus just beat the Bears as Joe Coffey off the distraction, which led to Mark and Wolfgang getting the win over Tyson DuPont and Tyreek Igve. Look at that. Now we got Kelly Kincaid, Quinn McKay. Kelly Kincaid with Trick Willie asking him about, what happened with, between Brooks Jensen and taking out his partner, Javon Evans. And Trick's like, Brooks did him dirty. And he's like, I'm going to get my belt back. I don't care if I have to go 2-on-1 tonight. It don't matter. You wish you had Mello back, huh? Anyway. And then, oh, shit! So what we just saw, I'm not going to show you, obviously. So, Trick Williams like, maybe going 2-on-1 might not be the best idea. I think I need to find a partner. And then they show Joe Hendry's face. We're going to see Joe Hendry tonight in the main event. Oh, I am ready. I am ready. I am marking the fuck out now. Joe Hendry in the main event on NXT. Give me that, baby. Oh, that NXT TNA partnership. You gotta love it. Oh, I can't wait for Slam. I might actually watch Slammiversary next Saturday. I think everybody, right now, at the sound of my voice, should really get back into TNA. I'm just saying. You might not like TNA right now, you still think it sucks. But there's only one man that does not make it suck, and that's Joe Hendry. And Rosemary, too, but we move on. But, man, I can't wait for Slammiversary right now and see who Jordan Grace is supposed to face, Ash by Elegance, Dana Brooke for the Knockouts title. Dana Brooke's gonna win that. But this week, Jordan Grace has an open challenge, and could somebody come through the door? Not the forbidden door, but the door from NXT or WWE. Maybe Natalya. Who knows? So we got that Thursday night. But I mean, they're about to say his name, and he's going to appear. We're going to believe in Joe Hendry later tonight. Oh, I love it. I love it. Can't wait. I think Trick Willie will get Joe Hendry tonight as his partner. And they're going to beat the fuck out of Team X AEW, Shawn Spears, and the champ, Ethan Page. I would love to have Ethan Page versus Joe Hendry at the Great American Bash, and Joe Hendry wins the NXT World title. That would be fucking epic. Probably not going to happen, but it would be epic. That's that. Alright, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Once again, 7.5 out of 10 stars for Raw. And that's it. Alright, I'll see you guys later for my NXT review, and maybe an extra video about Tony Khan. But we'll talk about that later. But right now, thanks for watching. If you're not down with that and all my craziness, well, fuck you, man. That's it. Alright, I'm out. Peace, motherfuckers!